Hello all, how's it going? We are live right now on the General Jerry channel, and ladies and gentlemen, all right, Mandy, how's it going? Guys, this is going to be a live video. Usually I don't do this, but there's some things that I'm going to say that I'm not too happy about. We're going to get to that in the second part of this video. First of all, we're going to get to the reason why you're all here, and that is AEW. What's my thoughts on it? A lot of people might think, Jerry, do you hate this concept? Because it's, you know, what many people might think might be indie. It might be an indie fest. It might be the same crap that we see, you know, in Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. It might not be stuff that I personally might be interested in. How's it going, Charles? How's it going, Sean? So, I actually do like what Cody and the Young Bucks are doing. I do think that the person that they've got on for AEW is to be honest, he's way richer than Vince McMahon. And I do think that I am really looking forward to personally what AEW do, because we do need competition for WWE. We do need a new alternative to wrestling, something that personally for me, things need to change. Things really do need to change, because wrestling right now is in dire straits, and it is absolutely ridiculous what's happening in the professional wrestling today. I do like what they're doing, and I do like what their announcements were, that, you know, there's going to be fair pay. It's not going to be like TNA where they have to wait 10 years for a paycheck. They're actually going to get paid, especially with this guy who's funding the company, who is... He makes Vince McMahon's money look like a small fish pond. It's utterly ridiculous. However, I'm not going to completely go, yay, AEW. We haven't seen what's been going on lately with AEW yet. We don't know what the concept is. Is it going to be like Ring of Honor? Is it going to be like New Japan Pro Wrestling? Is it going to be completely different? What's going to be the construct of this? Blah, 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 blah. I do think that fans are a little bit overreacting. I will say that. I do think fans are overreacting. I've heard some fans actually go as far to say that AEW is going to take over the wrestling world. And that might be the case, but can we wait at least we see an actual network deal and we actually see an actual show first? Because I do think people are hyping it up a wee bit too much. And the danger of that is, because they're overhyping it up, is quite simple. If you overhype something, then it's going to lower your expectations whenever you eventually see it. So I'm just saying, stop overhyping the hell out of it. Let's see here. AEW is Jerrica. What's up? There's already fan accounts on AEW. Yeah, I've already seen that. Sup Jerry is going, mate. General Jerry likes the Young Bucks. Hell froze over. I mean, I don't like. I mean, they treated me with respect whenever I did that rant series on them, and they even shouted me out, which was kind of funny. AEW needs to snap WWE into overdrive. Yeah, that's the only reason why I like this as well, is because WWE are gonna up their game a little bit. There's already talk they're trying to buy out. It's not going to work. Like, I don't think they're going to buy anyone out of AEW. That's what I like about this concept, is that you have a guy that's funding AEW that has pockets full of money, and no bit of money that WWE is going to offer them is going to change. Young Bucks don't want to go to WWE. Just accept it. That's why there's been these, and I will get into the YouTube clickbait, the wrestling channels that have been clickbaiting Kenny Omega recently, that have been clickbaiting the AEW stuff. Don't worry, I'll get to that in a minute, but I want to, because some people want to know what my whole wavelength in regards to AEW is. Does AEW even have a TV deal? See, they don't have a TV deal. Now, that's me not discrediting them by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not discrediting them. I will say this. They've got an investor with good money. All they need now is a TV deal and a show, and then I can judge on it. At this point, I'm not going to judge a show that I haven't seen. There's not... Do you know what it's like? It's like me judging... It's like me judging Marvel's, let's say Avengers Endgame, right? Let's just say Avengers Endgame didn't have a trailer. And everyone says, it's the best movie ever. It's amazing. We need to wait until there's a trailer first. We need to wait until there's actual footage of the show first. What's the setup? Who's the announcers? What's the ring going to look like? Is it going to be a new concept that we haven't seen before? So personally for me, I just honestly, it's just the clickbait of AEW as well is just utterly ridiculous. So personally, let's see. Yeah, I've seen a lot of channels clickbait quite a lot. What Culture have done it. They were prime offenders recently. They said, is Kenny Omega going to WWE, or is Kenny Omega going to AEW? Is like these articles are posting saying Kenny Omega going to WWE confirmed. These clickbait channels that are really ruining the fabric of wrestling as a whole. And the worst thing is that these channels are getting praised by independent channels. Independents are praising. Now, there was an incident where What Culture were getting bashed on by Bullet Club and stuff like that. They've apparently made up and they're inviting What Culture. I hate this fact that these channels are constantly clickbait, that constantly mislead people, are being rewarded. And I don't like that. I hate these channels that are constantly being rewarded for doing shady shit in this community. And I'm sick of it. I really am. They're getting rewarded constantly. And there's been like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And people are like, listen, like I said, I'm looking forward to AEW. I really am. It's the most promising wrestling federation that we've seen to date. Because, and I've said this before, because, and what the difference between them and TNA or Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling is that they have a lot of money behind them. But there's these people online that are just overhyping the shit. Can we just wait and see until we see some type of we don't even know what the show's going to look like. We don't even know what day it's going to be on. Which, by the way, AEW, I really hope you do this. Can you please put it on a Friday night for me, for UK fans and Ireland fans? Because they have a golden opportunity to maybe try and neutralize on maybe some of the European market. Can you put it on a Friday or Saturday? Don't do a pay-per-view or whatever on a Sunday. I'm sick of pay-per-view. Everyone's got to work on a Monday. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just utterly ridiculous, and it's just ridiculous and stuff like that. Let's see. Hi, Jerry. Did you hear that Kane completely broke character on a WWE Live event? No, I didn't see that, mate. I really didn't. Top 10 Royal Rumble returns for 2019, and CM Punk and Kenny Omega's in the thumbnail. Yeah, like these channels are just constantly clickbait, and it's not just What Culture. And I know it's very easy to bash What Culture, and it's very easy to say What Culture's this and that, but at the end of the day, these channels are getting away with it. And you know, when people try and put legitimate effort into wrestling content, like, it just go nowhere. I'm sick, sore, and tired of it. I really am. I'm sick, sore, and tired of this concept that we have to constantly follow the same routine. Oh, you got a clickbait to go far. Can we just break that cycle? Like, other communities have broken that cycle. Other communities in the YouTube industry have broken that cycle where you don't just need clickbait to get big. I don't understand why wrestling is plagued with clickbait. And like, clickbait is clickbait. People are going to do it. But you're going pretty far when you're saying CM Punk is going to be in the Royal Rumble. I've seen some channels even do that. Even some of the Indian channels that I've seen that get like 1 billion views or have got CM Punk on it. And you know, and it's in a different language, and people are just clicking on it straight away. Like, it's just utterly ridiculous. Casting back to AEW, I do like the concept. I'm not going to be like one of these idiots that's going to bash the shit out of it and say, fuck them, or these indie bullshit. I'm not going to be an anti-smart, militant person in this regard. I'm not going to do that because I've always maintained this, whether it's a video game, whether it's a movie, whether it's a TV show, whatever it might be, you got to give something a chance. And I'm willing to give them a chance. And with the funding, it might buck up. It might buck up WWE, where WWE might be like, oh, maybe we should probably do something. Put on a bit of an effort, maybe. Maybe. I did not watch the see. Yeah, I don't mind Bubba Dumb Funkin'. See, not saying that they're see. But yeah, like I just think that overall AEW, I'm looking forward to it. I am even Charlie, who's a militant, anti-smart guy, is even looking forward to it because I agree with Charlie because Charlie's like I've been watching and God help Charlie, he's been watching it now longer than me because since I took that break like a lot of months ago, and he was watching even through that crap, so I don't blame him. You know, it's time to give something a chance, but I'm not going to be so delusional to turn around and say, oh, it's AEW's the best thing in the world. We need to see a show first in order to judge it. I think the structure is solid. I think having Jerrica there is solid. I think having the Young Bucks maybe could possibly, you know, having them there would be good. Cody Rhodes, I know, like, I didn't particularly like what he did with OTRS Central, personally. And that has maybe loosened my trust on him. But I do support and I do commend what he's doing for the wrestling industry because he's actually doing something, and which, you know, I have to give somewhat of a respect. Who went crazy on the Great One? Who the hell did go crazy on the Great One? I actually like the Great One, by the way. I think I said this before, but a lot of people were like, oh, why don't you go after the Great One? Why? Like, he actually puts effort into his channel and it's actually good. You're going to do a review of the pay-per-view for AEW in May then, mate? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will be doing a review of that. Because it's something new. Like, it's something maybe to see. Someone wrote, apparently the beef has been squashed. I don't know. Hey, Jerry, I'm personally exited. However, I would like to think it's going to be a challenge to WWE or anything. I don't think it's going to be a challenge. Yeah, I don't think. I think the delusional people are turning around saying, well, this is going to challenge WWE within a year. That's an unrealistic concept. They need to be active for 5 to 10 years to even remotely go one-on-one with WWE. Because they don't want to follow in the same trap that happened to TNA. TNA got Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. They got a bit of money from Dixie Carter and stuff like that. They had a few shows with Hulk Hogan. It did have reasonable views at the start. And they were so delusional that they thought they could go one-on-one with WWE. Now, that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm supporting WWE, because Lord knows I'm fucking sick of WWE now as well. But TNA's problem was that they went one-on-one with them at a time where they should have at least had some type of mileage to see that because they didn't focus on the foundation. And that's the thing with wrestling companies. You got to focus on the foundation first before even remotely thinking of competition. And even that, it might be beneficial if they just maybe even stay away from WWE's radar. Because WWE might try and pull some shitty shit. And WWE have done it. They pulled some shitty shit before. Where, I mean, you know, they'll do some underhanded stuff so that, you know, it stops the momentum of them. You understand what I mean? So Let's see. Chris Dacker. Add my great one on Twitter for small criticism. I don't know who the Chris Dacker guy is. I know the great one, but I don't know who the guy Chris is. Sorry. I don't know who that is. I'll try and look it in if you guys want to, but I mean, I doubt I'm gonna do a video on it or anything like that. You know, he's doing a competition. Yeah. So, yeah. Joe Cronin is cool. Yeah, I like Joe Cronin. Yeah, it's just like, I just think that some people are overreacting. There's way too much clickbait in this community as well. Like, some people are just absolutely ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Like, and I understand this video now is 15 minutes, but you know, I've seen a lot of people take advantage, and this isn't really a problem that I have, really, but it's just something that I've noticed a lot, is that I've seen people make 3-hour videos and put like 1 billion ads on it. And I understand that people, like, listen, if they want to do that, that's fine. I just don't understand how anyone after watching 3 hours of Raw could watch a 3-hour show. Personally, for me. But that's not even really a main criticism. Like, you know, that's their prerogative. That's their channel. They can do whatever they want. It's just something personally that I wouldn't really like to see, really, or even to do. You know, but I do think this AEW situation, like, people are overhyping it, but at the same time, I am looking forward to seeing what they do. I do hope that it's different from New Japan and Ring of Honor. I hope it's a new concept of wrestling that we haven't seen before. I don't want them to do the same old indie kind of thing, like, where it's like this kind of like cringe fest where, you know, I don't want to see that. I want to see a new concept. I want to see something new. You understand what I mean? What is this? Let's see. Cancel. 2 seconds, guys. But yeah, overall, I just honestly think that I thought TNA started to fall because they had former WWE superstars and legends. Yeah, they didn't learn the lesson from and I'm talking about 2010, which, by the way, was the most hilarious era in wrestling ever. 2010, 2011, TNA was hilarious. And when TNA started, I even said, like, I really hope they do well against WWE because WWE needs some content. Like, a lot of people didn't know that. I was supporting TNA because it was like great competition, thank God, very similar to what I'm doing with AEW. The problem is with TNA was that it was just, they brought in Hogan, they brought in Bischoff, and really it was the same. I actually didn't mind the Aces and Eights. I did think that they dragged the story on way too long, but I didn't mind Aces and Eights. I know that sounds weird, but apparently there's going to be a no heels or faces. They're going to let the crowd decide. I get it. I get it. You know, what's a new concept, I guess. It's just the way modern wrestling fans' wavelength currently now is, the way that their wavelength is and the way their mindset isn't really on par with mine. I just don't really agree with the now modern wrestling fan. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I have no idea, but it is what it is. I heard Billy Gunn is part of the AEW or something. Yeah, he's like the trainer, I think, or he's like working behind the scenes. Personally, I think AEW will be super indie, like a richer version of Ring of Honor, nerdy as fuck. Yeah, I really hope that's not the case. And I'm not going to say that that is going to be the case because we need to wait and see what happens. But I really hope it's not this over nerdy. This could actually, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this could kill the indie momentum. And I will explain why. The thing is with the indies is that they've been always regarded as the underdog. Like, even their stars are fucking underdogs. But what happens if they've got money pumped into it, and by exposing too much of that indie style, and is that going to overexpose this indie style, and then people will get sick of that? Because that could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just saying that that is a strong possibility. Like, too much of a quote-unquote, you know, good thing might actually kill this indie thing. Like this, it could happen. It could very well happen. If AEW pays more than WWE, oh, let me see. It's going to be great for business, but anybody saying that it is the next WCW is jumping the gun so bad. I agree, Andre. I do agree. And I actually am a lot of it don't, some people know this, but I was actually a WCW fan. I loved it when Hulk Hogan, you know, the NWO, that was one of the main, that and Royal Rumble 2000. But primarily when Hulk Hogan turned heel and he was like the NWO, that's when I became a wrestling fan. And I love WCW, but there's no way AEW, I mean, it could happen. There's been crazy things that have happened, but at the same time, like I said, you know, I was looking at the Google Trends and what are people interested in? And only, like, it was this very small portion of people that were looking up New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. So I think if they're even going to set this up, at least give it a few years to breathe. What I think, and this is just me assuming, it wouldn't surprise me if Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and all say, we've got all this money, we got all the people, we're going after Monday Night Raw one-on-one. That, they shouldn't do that. And I'll be honest with you guys, it wouldn't surprise me if AEW even try and do that. If they do that, that's suicide. What they need to do, in my humble opinion, is, and this is just me shooting the shit right now. I think, in my humble opinion, and I know I say humble opinion quite a lot, but in my humble opinion, they need to stay away from WWE's radar for a bit. Develop your own audience. Don't try and do what Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling did. There needs to be an individuality, because TNA is somewhat trying to be unique. They're trying to be a bit raunchier. I'm actually going to check out TNA next week. Personally, I'm going to check out TNA. I heard that they're trying to do the old school, like, 90s thing. You know, I seen the thing with Scott Steiner, which was pretty fucking hilarious. At least TNA's trying to do that, but I think with TNA it's too little too late at this point. But AEW, in my humble opinion, need to just stay away from WWE's radar and just focus on their own thing. Won't you be worried if AEW would be the Cody Rhodes show winning the main event? You've actually got a point, Venom. Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up because I was afraid in case people would get pissed off. But that's true. Because what if Cody Rhodes just wins the title constantly? What if the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and if Kenny, I don't know if Kenny Omega's been confirmed to even be in it. If Kenny Omega, like, are they just gonna win titles, like their own titles all the time? Is this just gonna be like an E-Fed? That could happen. That could happen where they just book themselves into winning championships. That could happen. And that would be suicide. I don't think Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks should even win a title at the start. They need to give people that are up and coming a chance. And that's what I'm kind of a bit nervous about, because if you look at AEW, you know, why have Cody Rhodes, first thing, he wins the world championship. I'm the champion. That would be like, so you just gave yourself a championship? I really hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. Please don't put me on a crucifix, but I don't think Cody is all that interesting. Oh, Jerry. Some people might think that you're me, mate. I think he's overrated. I do think Cody is somewhat overrated a wee bit. Like, I do respect what he's done, though. I cannot deny. From WWE to actually setting up his own company, I respect that. I do think that people saying that I used to like Cody Rhodes a lot, actually, and I actually wanted him to be WWE champion at some point. But when he was doing this whole cocky kind of like thing, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Then I see that he was doing it outside the ring, and I was like, yeah. I don't know. Do you like Josh Matthews and Don Callis on commentary? I don't like Josh Matthews, to be fair. I just think he's I don't know. I don't like him. Jerrica is literally the only person that made me pay attention to AEW shit. Otherwise, all I see was a cast of jobbers, seeing more like a weekly NWO sold-out pay-per-view show. Yes, it's a possibility. See. But yeah, I do think that in reality, whenever you look at AEW, I do think that you're gonna have these nerds that are just gonna overhype it. And that actually might kill the momentum of AEW, because already we're talking about if we're gonna hate it or not. Because some people are talking about whether they're going to hit it or not. And it's not the actual product. It's not the actual product that's provided to us. It's not the actual news and the conference. It's the fan base. My problem isn't even Cody Rhodes. It's not the Young Bucks. It's not Kenny Omega. It's not these guys that are trying to do maybe something new. It's, in my opinion, and what's putting me off a little bit, is the fan base surrounding it. That fan base that, fuck you, you're not, and I hate this thing of, you're not a real wrestling fan. And people saying you're not a real wrestling fan because you don't tune 20 hours a week watching every single wrestling federation. You know, when in reality, they don't even do it themselves. That's my only problem with this, is that it might not even be the product that I'm angry at. It might be the fan base. It might be like, and again, I'm not bashing TNA, but it might be, and I know like Alan, for example, is a TNA fan, and me and him talk one-on-one with TNA. Andre as well. I know me and Andre had problems with TNA and stuff, but that's all sorted. But, you know, back in the day, like a lot of the TNA fans, like, I wanted to enjoy TNA, but it put me off because they kept saying, like, you're not a real wrestling fan because you didn't watch TNA this week, or you know, because I didn't tune into the Pursuit channel or whatever. You understand what I mean? That's the problem. But that being aside, whenever you look at it, you know, face on, and you say the way it is, maybe the fan base could put people off. There's a strong possibility with that. Let's see. Yeah, I think Junior Task work. Most of the indie fans still wear diapers and have their mama try hair shows up for them. If AEW presents the Joey Ryan style type wrestling, I say piss off. Yeah, I agree with you there, Andre. I have to agree. That's a concern. That is a concern. I do not want to see that on television. I obviously joke around. I do think sometimes professional wrestling does take itself too serious, but I think doing the Joey, and by the way, the Joey Ryan gimmick should have, and I did a video on it before, actually, last week. And I did a video on it. A lot of you seem to enjoy it, but in regards to Joey Ryan, I really hope it's not that style of just making jokes, like, and just, you know, I want to see an engaging storyline. And that's another concern that I have with AEW. Is there going to be a good storyline? And I hope they have a good creative team, a good writing team, because I want to see characters develop. That's why I got into wrestling in the first place, because I enjoy the story. I enjoy what's being put in front of me. You understand what I mean? I want to see that. I want to see an engaging story that I can follow and that I can easily follow and that I can enjoy. Because what could happen with AEW, and that's the problem with Ring of Honor. This is a criticism that people don't openly talk about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is very much like, you know, before the New 52 in DC. Comic fans will understand what I mean. But DC got to a point where comic books were confusing people, because you were like, do I watch this comic book? Do I not? What do I do? Ring of Honor was very similar, because I was like, right, okay, what? Because it felt sometimes in times of Ring of Honor, I didn't feel as if there was a consistency in each show. There was no story. It was just, they were wrestling, which I get, like, you want the pure wrestling, but what I felt that Ring of Honor lacked, and what New Japan do to a certain degree, but what I feel Ring of Honor lack is like proper storylines that I can really get into. And I hope AEW do that. Personally, for me, I really hope that they do that. Let's see. So shout out to everyone in the chat right now. I'm gonna probably stay on here for another maybe just a wee while, and then we can do that. See, I am the 10th like on this video. Have you clicked that like? Thank you, Andre, by the way, for liking the video. Wrestling 9-year-olds, stuffed animals, men kissing other men, suplex. Yeah. I really hope they don't do that, to be honest. Good point. I would say we need to trade. I don't know. I think that's some basketball thing. Alan's trying to get me into American sports, but I'm just confused sometimes. I really am. Yeah, James Ellsworth needs to. A lot of people saying that James Ellsworth is like innocent. The dude's creepy. I've heard stories of him actually being a creepy bastard. Watch Social Injustice Warrior and watch his video on James Ellsworth, and he explains it better probably than I could, to be fair. Can you do a video on 2K YouTubers that are cringy? That's in the pipeline this year, Lord of Vengeance. That's in the pipeline. That, and I was going to do a motivational speakers video, but I just, I couldn't, like, I was just editing it and stuff, and it was just too much, and Spike, couldn't you come up with something of your jokes? And Jerry's all out of bubblegum. But yeah, guys, seriously, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I'm not gonna be these people that's gonna bash AEW straight away. I'm not gonna say fucking bullshit, I hate it. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But I do understand why people are excited about it. I'm a little bit excited about it. I'm just worried in case it's the same old thing that maybe we've seen before. That's my only concern. My main concern is the fans of this indie product. Are they going to saturate it where people, like casual fans, are just going to turn away from it? You understand what I mean? Like, you know, because casual fans might comment on Twitter, for example, and say, who's this guy? Like, Hamanaka Manuni, blah, 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 like someone's name, right? And then some hardcore wrestling fan is going to go, you shouldn't even watch wrestling. You should watch all his matches. You don't know real wrestling. Like, and that's going to turn a casual off, because we're like, I'm not going to watch this show and be insulted on social media. You understand what I mean? So, but anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. That is pretty much my take on it. Yeah, like, I've just seen too much clickbait on AEW recently, and it's just pissing me the fuck off. It really is. It's making me so angry just seeing this constant clickbait of this product. Like, there was like, is Kevin Owens going to AEW? Is Is Sami Zayn going to AEW? Is Dolph Ziggler? Like, guys, can we just stop it? Please stop it. Like, I remember I actually had, like, here's the thing. I got ridiculed for saying that AJ Styles was going to WWE. Back, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually knew AJ Styles was going to WWE. A lot of people didn't believe me. And that video got flagged. And then all of a sudden, the guy ended up being in WWE. And people did make like videos on me, like calling me out, but I knew that information. Anything that I say on this channel is real. It's 100% real. I'm going to say, like, if something's going to happen, then it's going to happen. It might not be perfect, but I'm going to make sure there's a legitimate source and there's going to be a legitimate thing that you guys can understand, because I understand that some of you are watching these wrestling channels and you don't know what to do because it's like, what the fuck? Like, why? What is this crap? Like, what is this? Why is there so much clickbait? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out.